the land of smiles. For tonight's sleep story, we travel to exotic and magical Thailand, the land of smiles, to the deep south of the country, where the pace of life is unhurried and the sounds of the cities are far, far away. I'll be guiding you towards our destination on this journey, to a remote and hidden little beach tucked safely away between the steep limestone cliffs and the endlessly turquoise waters of the Adamant Sea. So settle into a comfortable position, stretch out your body, and let the creaks and cracks of the day disappear, and just relax. Take a deep, deep breath through your nose and fill your lungs. Feel your eyelids grow heavy, letting them shut with an effortless release, and prepare to be transported to a world of vibrant and rich color, where all the stressors of life simply evaporate, like the swirling smoke from a recently snuffed candle wick. Few people ever make it to this tucked-away corner in the far southwest of Thailand, on the Malay Peninsula. There are no bustling cities with the never-ending nightlife. Bangkok and the 10 or so million people living there is but a figment of the imagination down here. There are no crowds, no throngs of tourists, no famous landmarks to draw people here. And we won't be venturing to one of the many busy islands with their resorts and full moon parties. We will be heading west towards the sea. Here, the map shows nothing but an empty coastline, with very few names to speak of. But the map is not the territory, and for those who would make their way here, the reward is a breathtaking exhalation of the senses, a step backwards in time, where, in fact, time completely disappears, just as it was in the days of old Siam, and all that is left is a sense of deep calm and peace as the moments unfold one by one in the most unhurried fashion. If you had a watch, you'd promptly take it off, as it would no longer make sense in this sleepy environment you now find yourself in. The story of Thailand is the story of the Thai people, who originally migrated to Southeast Asia from China. It is the land of Buddha and golden temples, of spicy red curries and the scent of lemongrass. And it is the home of Sanuk. Sanuk means to have a good time, to have fun, and to enjoy oneself in whatever you do. It is almost a rule of living for Thai people that they find satisfaction and joy in any activity they undertake. So, a sense of humor and a sense of fun are two of the most important things to pack when you decide to come and visit Thailand. Thai people are very warm and friendly, and will try and inject a sense of enjoyment into their daily life whenever possible. And as a visitor, if you do likewise, you will fit in very well. Thailand is also a kingdom, which means it has a king and queen. The Thai people love their king, and every day, twice a day, at morning and evening, the whole country stops to listen to the national anthem being played on speakers and on every TV and radio station. Every Thai is brought up to know that when the national anthem plays, they must stop what they are doing and stand to attention to respect the song and, of course, their country and their king. But here, in our spot southwest of the provincial town of Tarang, there are no loudspeakers or radios or TVs to be heard, just the gentle patchwork of rice paddies that eventually gives way to the landscape of limestone cliffs, impossibly clear blue waters, and long beaches of soft, golden sand. The simple, cracked road ends, and a small path appears between the lush plants and flopping banana leaves. Their broad green shapes resemble the long ears of the elephants that you can find in the north of the country. Thailand used to have many wild elephants throughout the kingdom. In fact, the elephant is the national animal of Thailand and is revered and well respected. The Thai people celebrate the elephant's incredible strength, durability, and longevity. According to Buddhist tradition, on the eve of Buddha's birth, his mother had a dream and was given a lotus flower by a white elephant. But we won't come across any elephants today, just small lizards lying on the rocks in the sun, soaking up the delicious heat. They aren't moving even the smallest of muscles as the warmth wraps around them like a cozy blanket. And if you look closely, you can almost make out little grins of delight on their faces as they doze and drone in the thick heat of the sunny day. Not a care in the world. Thailand is known as the land of smiles, after all. The soft footpath is adorned with bright tropical flowers in a kaleidoscope of color, giving off a relaxing perfume that pleasures your senses in unexpected waves of aroma. Thailand is well known for its orchids, having over 1,500 species in the kingdom. And this path is a worthy ambassador of that reputation. Splashes of pink and white stand out amongst the verdant green backdrop, and you lean in lazily to fill your nose with their powerful scent. You draw deeply and fully, filling your lungs with the heady bouquet. The effect is therapeutic, and you feel yourself relaxing even deeper as the intoxicating smell takes effect, leaving you with a sense of calm tranquility and effortless peace that takes over your entire body. You let out a long and audible sigh. Any stress that may have remained is now but a distant memory, and your forehead is cleaned smooth of any tension. You feel a lightness in your jaw and behind your eyes. Your neck and shoulders fall slightly with the relaxation that now overtakes them. Your body feels as if it is moving liquid, effortless. You take another deep breath. This time of the fresh, rich air, and continue down the pleasant little footpath. The bright flowers seem to welcome you and beckon you towards the gentle sounds of the sea. Come, they say, come and be with us in our dreamy world. You won't want to leave. Who could refuse such an invitation? And now you can taste the salt from the sea and feel the cool ocean breeze licking your face. You can feel it long before you set your eyes on the resplendent waters twinkling in the light like the most glorious fabric of diamond-studded blue. The path opens and gives way to the soft sand, and you take off your shoes and socks and sink your toes deep into the yielding white powder. You let it swallow your feet, massaging your skin and caressing them softly. You could probably stop and lie down in the sand and fall instantly asleep, right here, right now, not needing anything else. And as you take slow, lazy steps through the sand towards the water, you notice an elderly Thai man dozing the day away in a hammock between two palms, an old straw hat covering his eyes, his body limp, as if it were one with the hammock as it sways ever so slightly in the breeze, back and forth, to and fro, ever so gently in the breeze. He must have seen through the straw hat, because he gestures with a limp and lazy arm, his palm open and outstretched, as if to say, "Welcome, my friend, welcome." He goes limp again back to the dreams that keep him. A small brown dog lies asleep at the foot of the palm next to the hammock, resting deliciously, curled up in a soft, fuzzy ball, his chest rising and falling in rhythm with the swaying of the hammock. Inhale, exhale. These aren't the only ones set comfortably in this peaceful scene. A small group of Buddhist monks are also settled in the sand, sitting silently beneath the palms of the shade of the afternoon, with distinctly blissful expressions resting on their lips. Buddhism has a long history in Thailand, and it used to be that every male would spend time as a monk at some point in his life, even the kings. Young boys can become novices at any age, but a man cannot become a monk until he reaches the age of 20. He can then remain a monk for as long as he wishes, even for just one single day. Thai monks even take part in the Great Water Festival that occurs every April 13th, to mark the passing of the sun moving from the constellation of Pisces into the constellation of Aries. They call it Songkran. It is the Thai New Year, and it is rich with symbolic tradition, and of course, Sanuk. On this special occasion, pouring water on Buddha statues and on the young and elderly is a traditional ritual met with smiles and thank yous. It represents purification and the washing away of one's sins and bad luck. And in typical Thai fashion, finding the fun in everything, square blocks of cities are dedicated to huge celebrations of water with people pouring buckets on each other in the hot April heat, passing blessings as they go. In the south of Thailand, Southerners have 3 Songkran rules. Work as little as possible and avoid spending money. Do not hurt other persons or animals, and do not tell lies. Worthy rules to live by. Today, these monks sit silently in the sand, offering their prayers to the heavens. Their legs folded neatly, their hands draped and open on their thighs. Their saffron-colored robes lie smooth and silky over their shoulders. In front of each burns a tall stick of aromatic incense that they've stuck into the sand. You can smell it slightly as it catches the breeze and mixes with the salt of the sea and the sensuality of the orchids. The smoke unfurls and billows in round, looping swirl of white smoke, festooning the monks before disappearing high up and out of sight. These monks look perfectly at ease. Their unfurled faces glow with a sense of deep inner peace, and as you gaze on their meditative state, a wave of calm emanates from them and washes over you as fresh as the ocean breeze that blows softly through your hair. Your breath becomes deeper and deeper, slower, deliberate. You didn't know you could be this relaxed this calm. Your mind is empty of all thoughts, and all that remains is this sleepy sense of calm and peace. And all that remains is this sleepy sense of calm and peace. The same pleasant breeze that blows through your hair sets a subtle sway in the fronds of the palm trees that now seem to wave and invite you onward to the waters. You meander slowly past the tranquil monks as if you have been completely hypnotized into a serene and still state of being. As you emerge from the garden of palms and flowers, you step out into the full display of the sun. It warms your face, your arms, your torso. Now you too are wrapped in the same warm blanket of the sun that so delighted the lizards as they reposed, comfortable, relaxed. The golden beach stretches far out to the north, as far as you can see, edged by a green row of undulating palms that stretch and sweep like the loose floppy arms of a dancer. As you gazed westward out to the sea, limestone cliffs stretch majestically and vertically from the water and reach for the sky. Long, slender monuments that stood still for centuries and watched this sleepy little corner of southern Thailand. They are expressions of the desire to merge completely with the white puffy clouds that float on by. But before they reached the sky, they soon gave in and decided to just be, to just be still. Little green plants hang delicately onto their edges, finding homes in the slivers of stone where they sit and watch the days slowly unfold, adornments of color to delight the eye. You've never seen such blue water, so clear. It mirrors the blue of the sky, as the sky mirrors the blue of the water. In an endless continuum of refraction and light that succeeds in mesmerizing you even further, you can see straight to the bottom, where colorful fish seem suspended in mid-swim, unwilling to expend the energy for any movement. There are so many varieties and sizes of fish, and all the colors of the rainbow seem to be represented. One of them gently nibbles your toes before floating on by. The water twinkles and glows, calling you to come immerse yourself in its luxury. At the water's edge, the refreshing liquid laps at your feet, making that comforting and familiar sound. Slip, clip, slip, clip. It is the temperature of bath water, and you embrace it. You take a step in and let it envelop you whole, entirely. Whatever remnants of tension that may have been hiding in your body are instantly washed away, leaving you feeling renewed and light. As you roll over on your back, you discover that you can float effortlessly in the blue, blue waters as it supports your weight and carries you out into the gently flowing current. You release yourself to the flow and let your eyes grow heavy, your arms splayed out at your sides. The current wants to pull you out and into its protective bosom, and as it does, you find yourself being guided around the cliffs to a secret beach on the other side. You stare up at the blue sky as you float and float. High above, white birds circle slowly, riding the thermals of air high up into the sky. Higher and higher they ride. Soon they appear as nothing but little dots of white paint on a canvas of blue sky, barely moving puffs of cotton, and on you are pulled to the secret, beautiful little beach. No one ever comes here. It's peaceful, secluded, pristine, your own corner of paradise where you can rest, where all the troubles and busyness of life have been completely vanquished. A small slice of tan-colored sand cozied beneath the steep limestone cliffs, stretching high and far above it. You can't imagine anything ever happens here, besides the water depositing perfect conch shells that decorate the sand like little treasures. You wash up on the shore and lie there, not moving, stretched out, almost asleep, but aware of the air on your face and the water lapping at your sides. The peace of the isolation overtakes you, and you find a comfortable spot in the shade to watch the sun set over the horizon. You make a small pillow out of the sand and stretch out in the cool shadows. A small trickle of water is slowly making its way down the limestone. Gentle rivulets that soften the stone year after year. You have the perfect spot for watching the great golden sun wind down the activities for the day. It begins its great descent, ready to merge with the deep blue of the Andaman waters. Purples and orange and yellows start filling the sky and filling your eyes with their richness. As it descends and descends, growing closer to the water, your eyelids droop and droop, slowly closing as sleep begins to overtake you, coming to take you away for the most restful of sleeps. Your body gives in to the coming tranquility. You let it all go. All thoughts, all stress. There are no